Hello everyone, this is Flatline, and today I'm going to be doing a PvT. Fix this real quick, there we go. And we're going to be going over how to defend the very quick Hellbat drop, and then how to defend Mech, I guess you could say, because the Hellbat drop is pretty strong if you are unprepared, of course. We don't really care about the opener itself, so we're just gonna speed up a little bit here, as some people have requested that they've been having trouble against Mech. They don't know exactly what to do, and this is probably one of the best maps for Mech. The map pool, this map is no longer in the map pool, but still a good map for Mech players. Where did you see the gas? One thing I guess you could note is when they're getting gas like this, he's actually keeping one in gas. Right, there you go. You see if he's making anything from his barracks very early, right when the barracks finish. He is going to be a Marine. There's no way he should be able to afford a Reaper. You can see he has 50 gas just now. That's when he can afford his Reaper. But, yep. So I know it's a reactor build, not a Reaper build from the barracks, and that's all I know at this point. I don't know if he's expanding, if he's teching, what exactly is he doing. So I'm going to be chrono boosting out a sentry, of course, in this game. It looks like he is going to be opting to go for the heavy one base tech, so this is, like I said, the fastest Hellbat drop could possibly do. He's going to be making a couple of Hellions to scout / harass, of course. Meanwhile, back at my base, Rubbo and 3 gates. This is what I like to do. Keep a pylon at the back of your base, so you can create this kind of wall off. And my hallucinated Phoenix does scout the armory, very quick armory as well. Reactor on the factory basically means he's going to be doing a Hellbat drop. So I know it's a Hellbat drop that's going to be coming out. And it's a very, very quick one. It's before they expand. And I lose a couple of probes there. I lost 6 workers there. Not the best, but it's okay. So we know what's going on. What you want to do against a Hellbat drop is literally just make a bunch of units. You want to make as many units as possible. Seems pretty inefficient by him. You want to make as many units as possible. You can see I have 3 stalkers in my main. Some units inside of my natural. I'm going to be working in a lot more. For your probes, you can see I have 4 stalkers and 2 zealots. That's plenty enough. I kill off 1 drop of Hellbats. I only got 4 kills from that, so that's a really good trade for me. I kill a medevac and I kill 2 Hellbats in the process. I have a faster expansion than him. Workers, not the best lead for me. If it's around, if you have a 6 probe lead, then 6 or more, 6, then it's even. Anything more than that, you are slightly ahead. Unless you have like 12 worker lead, then it's like a big lead at that point. But that's fine. I'm going to be getting a fast third. I see Mech coming out from him. And Mech does not push it very early in the game. You have to realize that. Look at his unit composition. Just a tank and 3 Widow Mines. And that's really not going to do anything at all. They just get better and better as the game progresses, as they get close to maxed out supplies. So I don't know if he's committing to another a Hellbat drop. But it looks like he is. And when I spot that, my immediate reaction is to throw down a Stargate. And the reason why I get a Stargate is because I want to deny this from here on out. Make a Phoenix over here, and this thing is not going to be working anymore. My defense is pretty good. I only killed 3 workers in that process, and he lost a drop. He lost 2 drops, in fact. And he has 1 less than halfway dead. And this Phoenix should kill it off. So now I scratched off the medevac harass. He sees I could go Stargate. It's really risky of him to try to do some Hellbat drops in the process. Gonna be getting his third. He's pretty much playing a normal mech at this point. He's getting tanks, he's getting Hellbats, his armory, his upgrades, all that kind of stuff. So what composition do you go for as Protoss? We're just gonna slow it down now to faster. They're starting to get pretty good at this point. So what composition do you really go for in this against this kind of composition is you actually want to constantly make Immortals. I'm making a lot of Phoenixes because he forced me to go Stargate because he was doing a lot of Hellbat drops, so I might as well make, you know, like 5 Phoenixes or so, 3 or 5 Phoenixes, and just scout / harass around, and then make Void Rays behind it. Void Rays are really good in against mech because of the tanks are armored, so that prismatic alignment does help out tremendously. And I like to get charge, and I know charge is not, I mean, Zealots are not good against Hellbats, but there's really nothing you could do with dumping your minerals wise. I guess you can make a lot of cannons. That might be a better idea, but I particularly just want more Zealots. The Zealots are fine if you can be able to create a flank against the tanks. Like if the Hellbats are usually going to be in front of the tanks, so if you could find a way to get charge lots coming from behind them, that's really good. That's one of the best ways of dealing with mech, is creating that flank with charge lots. So here I am making Void Rays, making Immortals. You can see I'm always ahead in bases. It's kind of like PvZ or ZVP, where the Zerg's trying to be more than one base than the Protoss. Same concept against mech. For Protoss, you're trying to be one base ahead of them, or at least get your bases a lot quicker than them. And he's starting to get a pretty sizable army. He's also got some pretty good upgrades. He's 2-0 and I am 1-1. Still getting 4 Immortals and Void Rays. I'm going into Templar Archives for Storm, and the reason why I do this is honestly I feel like Colossus is better. Like having 3 Colossus is really good against Hellbats, but I want to focus my robotics on Mortals, so I can't really make Immortals and Colossus unless I make another Robo Bay. And at this point I don't feel like I could squeeze that in because I made a Stargate instead. If I didn't make that Stargate, and I could have made a second Robo, that would have been fine. But since I made that Stargate, I can't really make that second Robo yet. So I'm going into Templar Archives for Storm. Storm is an alternative to Colossus, and that's fine. You know, Storm is just as good as that. And you can see this is starting to get pretty dicey. This where he's like pressuring, but the Mothership Core is helping me out. I left off 3 tanks, so you can't really do anything with it. And look what happens if you're able to get a tremendous amount of tanks here. I mean, Mortals here, you'd be really good. Storm wasn't finished when I pushed into there, so that's why I didn't see any storms for me. But of course you would just storm there, if you're wondering. And this is the downside to mech, is it's really hard to rebuild your army if you lose your whole entire army. And the Protoss has a pretty sizable chunk of his army, which I do. I mean, I have a lot of Immortals still alive here, still on 4 bases, getting my 3/3, adding more gateways, getting in constant Immortals, constant Void Rays coming out for me. Yeah, it should be game right here. So that's the GG coming out from the mech player. But yeah, so to recap real quick, so you can pretty much understand what exactly I wanted you to see, is you need to have a build that can allow you to scout pretty early against Terran, in my opinion. I feel like in this matchup, it's all about scouting. Actually, in all the matchups, I'm always keen on scouting. If you haven't realized, most of my builds is always keen on scouting. Whether it be a pressure build or a very fast scout, whether it be a hallucinated Phoenix or an observer, my builds are catered around that. And once you see what they're going for, you can react accordingly. So I saw him going for a very fast Hellbat drops. You saw I was prioritizing making Immortals instead of another Observer, because I know he's not going to be doing any kind of Widow Mine drop or anything like that. It's a Hellbat drop, so I need units not, detection in that sense. And the other thing, if they commit again with Hellbat drops, like they're still committing to it after you denied it, or if you see them, it's even better. If you see them still making those medevacs, or he has those medevacs alive, just throw down that Stargate. It's still fine. You could go with this style where you go Immortal Void Ray instead of 2 Rebels where you get 3 Colossus, and you have the other robotics making Immortals. Then after 3 Colossus, you could add on, you could go double Immortal if you want to. But yeah, the Stargate's still fine in that sense. Of course, if he goes for Vikings, you need to have to transition into double Robo Immortals in that case, and go for Storm. Of course, if you go for this style, now if you are able to go double Robo, you don't really need to go for Storm. You can go double Robo because the Colossus should be able to supplement the damage that or do the amount of damage that Storm should be able to do. But yeah, so if you have any questions or anything like that, you can leave them down below. Any feedbacks would be awesome. And if you haven't already, please follow me or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and like what you see. And yeah, so anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.